Hey y'all, this is Amazon Jude coming to you from Wyoming, and I thought I'd make a second portion to my clip on the New World Order. I want you guys to take 5 minutes while you're surfing the net and you look up United Nations Agenda 21, and it's a thick book. You can download it, and I suggest you do, and then scan it and print off the pages that are most pertinent to you and what's going on in your city or town or county. I did mine, and it follows right along lines of what our planning and zoning department are doing and currently uh, pushing on the people. Stack and pack housing. They want everybody into these little urban centers so they can keep track of you. Uh, like out here in Wyoming and Casper, where I'm at, we have, it's called sustainable development, and it's done through the planning and zoning and the downtown development authority and an outfit called CAEDA. And CAEDA is economic development. It's supposed to be nonprofit, but they're not. They get $460,000 from the city every year. They get $460,000 from the county every year. And when I asked the gal, her name was Tracy, who was part of this outfit, where the salary goes and who gets paid what and what they produced. In fact, I did a speaking engagement on this for the Campaign for Liberty here in Wyoming, and did a PowerPoint showing just exactly where those dollars end up going. And it's usually to build something for a business, like infrastructure, water, sewer, electricity, that the taxpayers pay for this business to come in. And then after a few years, or let me back up here, to pay for the infrastructure. And then once the business comes in, the loan that they had gotten from, like ours is the Wyoming Business Council, for like $9 million for sidewalks and streets and sewers and stuff like that. They run the business for a few years, and then if it goes belly up, taxpayers are out on that infrastructure money. The building is left standing empty because it was created especially for that type of business. And then the next business comes in and they need this because it wasn't included in the first one. And they take another business loan out through the Wyoming Business Council that never has to be repaid. It's a never-ending cycle. Okay, that's part of Agenda 21. I know this much. When I expand my business, I have to go to the bank, I have to put up collateral, and I have to pay interest rates higher than 1%. If I could get 1%, I'd be, just a happy clam. But that's not what happens. Like with Wyoming, it's called the Wyoming Business Council, and the other one is called Wyoming Business Alliance. We have a lot of these little fledgling, non-elected non-profits that are pretty much running our government, stealing our tax dollars. They make their profit. If the business doesn't make any money, they leave, and then we're left holding the bag. Okay, well, that's part of Agenda 21. It's about redistribution of wealth. It's about taxpayers propping up businesses that could very well afford to put their own infrastructure in because they're million-dollar businesses. And even if they're not million-dollar businesses, you still can afford to take care of your own stuff. We're rural. I mean, what do you need to get to a business? You need water, you need sewer, you need electricity, you need broadband for internet. Okay, broadband, everybody needs that. So I have never been against putting broadband in anywhere, but I'm not going to pipe it out 10 miles out of town when I have 50 buildings in town that are ready to hook up, but because they don't want to clean up that building, excuse me, sorry, I have a roast in the oven and I had to go and turn it, and I was having a coughing fit. But back to economic development. They don't want to buy and use pre-existing buildings. I mean, look around your city right now. How many plots of land and dilapidated buildings that are close to downtown, close to your urban centers, close to everything. that could be demolished and cleaned up and rebuild on it. But instead, these companies want to come in and they want a nice, big, fresh piece of land. Oh, we need 50 acres when really they're only going to use 5. That's part of the program. That's part of, you know, the next time I hear one of these green guys, green energy guy goes, carbon footprint. Well, that's exactly what we're trying to prevent. You know, why can't you use what we already have? Look at downtown Detroit, where I'm originally from. You could, let's see, Ford Motor Plant. When Ford started out, he had his own glass factory, welding, smelter. He built the entire car. I think the only thing he didn't build on, what is it, little over a mile wide and a mile long, so that's got to be 100 acres or so, I don't know. Anyway, that's 100 acres. Let's just say it's 100 acres for the sake of argument, because I don't have my stuff sitting in front of me. But on 100 acres that is now dilapidated, why can't companies come in and take over that section, those sections, and build their new factories or their new companies or whatever? Why do they have to go 100, 10 miles, 20 miles outside of town and then expect the taxpayer to pay for infrastructure going out to their new business? Is bullshit. So, and let's go back to Agenda 21. That is Chapter 7 that I'm discussing right now, Sustainable Development. And I want you to go through those chapters and then compare them to your local laws and your state direction of where they're going. They're going to use a lot of key words: consensus, diversity, economic development. Those are all buzzwords, guys. What it means is they're going to use your tax dollars to make the state, city, county, whatever, into what their idea of what America should be. Okay? Well, I don't know. I'm a capitalist and I'm proud of it. If you want to open a business, I say go for it. But you're going to have to do it just exactly the way we did. You're going to have to go to a bank. You're going to have to save your money. You're going to have to put up, buy your property, put in your sewers, put in your lines. Don't expect the government to pay for your business. Okay, that is a big problem for me. Next, I want you to get a hold of, and she's a Democrat, and she's a lesbian, which neither one of them matter to me, because her brain is screwed in correctly. Her name is Rosa Kohr. She's based out of the Bay Area in California. And I want you to listen to her. You can find her anywhere on YouTube. And start looking at what she did. You can find what she said here in Casper on there too. And then when one of our little snotty reporters called her, she was smart enough to tape it and video it for us. So that's on there too. That was the Casper Star Tribune. And you're going to be amazed. And then I want you to look up Helen. Oh gosh, I can't think of her name right off the bat. But anyway, check out Tom DeWeese. He's another one. Very, very astute on this New World Order stuff and what they had in mind for America, which was redistribution of our wealth. They were draining our wealth to prop up other countries and lining their pockets as the go-betweens. So, anyway, I'm going to leave you with that for now. And I got a big bombshell for you I'll give you at the last part of this video. Hey, this is Amazon Jude. Let's finish this last video up with the go-betweens. That's your congressmen. That's your representatives. That's your intelligence community. And here's the big bombshell of today. Roger Stone was in the, met with the Intel committee in the hearing last week. Remember, that was all over the paper. I don't remember the official name of it right now, but anyway, and he had done a video prior to him going to this hearing of his statement that he was going to make behind closed doors. They wouldn't allow him to do a public hearing, and they won't even release the transcript of it either. And I think I know now why, because Roger was on last night and told us what went down pretty much in that hearing. Seems after Nunes was kicked off the committee by Adam Schiff, and seems there's oh gosh, seems that there is a problem, and the problem is Trey Growdy had no idea that they had seen the so-called servers at the FBI. He stayed till the end of the meeting, but when he stormed out of there, he didn't talk to press or anything else, and you could tell he was pissed just by looking at the photograph. Senator Speer and Adam Schiff told Roger Stone that the FBI did in fact have the DNC servers. And the bombshell part about this is, who's lying? Is Senator Speer and Schiff lying, or did Comey lie and Jay Johnson lie when they were under oath in front of the congressional hearing? I don't look to see any of this put in the newspapers, but you really, really need to pay attention to how this Mueller investigation goes, because now you've got 4 Democrats, all loved Obama, to say that the FBI did see the servers from the DNC, and 2 said they didn't. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys tonight and let you go ahead and ponder that for a while. This is Amazon Jude signing out from Wyoming. God bless America, and God bless my president.